What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. What's going on, everybody? Once again, Steven Hyder, Gate City Sports Channel. If you're new to my channel, I can ask you guys to do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, guys. You have no clue how much that helps. Guys, it keeps the lights on here and it helps me keep making content. To all my OGs, you guys can do me a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. That's what communicates to YouTube to let YouTube know that there's a little conversing going back and forth here. Then it takes this content and spreads it out across the platform. All right, y'all. Let's jump in today's topic. So I've been sitting on this topic for a couple of days, guys, just because the complexity of this topic is very, very difficult to discuss. Today's topic, it's a stay or go. Should the Eagles move on from Alshon Jeffrey? All right, y'all. Let's jump into this. Let's go.
With Alshon, for us, we were trying to create as much flexibility going forward.
Guys, I'm going to say, in this particular situation, probably the best way to approach this conversation is let's just go ahead and rip the damn Band-Aid right off. Because this is an easy conversation. To begin with, let's clear the air. I don't know if he's a source. I don't know. I honestly don't care because whether he is or isn't the source, I do think we need to stop treating Alshon Jeffrey like this is an OBJ or an Antonio Brown like locker room distraction. It's not what this is. People can generally not get along and work together. And I don't think that's the case with Carson and Alshon at all. With that said, look, your image is your image. And unless you work to change your image, it doesn't matter if the statements behind what's going on are true or not. People are going to stick to holding you to that image because you haven't done anything to rectify the image. So, I mean, it is what it is. But let's get in terms of talking about the player. The player, in my opinion, is a very good football player. I'm not going to lie to you. That New Orleans game was tough to stomach. The way he dropped that ball late in the game, I felt like the Eagles were driving the field again. We might have been able to pull off something pretty incredible, but we don't know. Alshon dropped that ball, and I think for the most part, the Philadelphia Eagles fan base, I think we were pretty forgiving for the most part there. I think a lot of us understood the circumstance, the situation, like the magnitude and the emotional shifts of that season again, coming off the Super Bowl season, which was already an emotional roller coaster. I think we were all pretty quick to forgive Alshon in that situation. What can't be avoided is the fact that the drops continued into this season. Now, I will say, I think a lot of the issues with securing catches and the lack of burst that Alshon had this season was way more due to injury than a drop-off in talent. But nonetheless, as Howie Roseman said in his press conference, this team does need to get younger. This team does need to find answers to all these injuries. And all that can't be ignored from the equation of talking about Alshon Jeffrey. So, I just want to put some things to rest. In terms of the player's abilities, this is by far the best X receiver on this football team. It's not even close, guys. I watch film all day long. You guys know that. Look, I like Rob Davis a lot. I think Rob Davis can offer some stuff. I think he's a pretty fast and unique player. He's not Alshon Jeffrey. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I think we reached. I don't think we should have been drafting him in the top 60, picks of the NFL draft. I think that he's a guy that we probably should have let another team pick if they wanted to take him in the second round and go into a different receiving option. Now, if the guy was around in the fourth or fifth round, are we this upset he only had 10 catches and he struggled? No. He was a fourth or fifth rounder and he's going to have to develop. It just hurts when we know what we could have had in that round and what we did not get. Now, we could have moved up and gotten a few players, or we could have stayed pat and picked up one particular player that we all know about. At the end of the day, Alshon Jeffrey is a much better X receiver than Rob Davis and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside combined together and multiplied by 1,000. That can't be ignored. At this stage, right now, what's going on. Now, I'm not projecting for the future or any of that kind of stuff. I'm talking about right now in this exact moment. And I do think that sometimes we lose sight of just how good he was early in the season before that foot injury kicked in. Because when I looked at the guy that was taking snaps in Washington, that very first game of the year, I didn't see that guy again for the rest of the year. That guy never really reemerged. I mean, he had pivotal roles in pivotal situations for us in certain moments down the stretch of the season, but he was never that guy, that explosive, that powerful, looked that good coming in and out of his breaks and routes. I never saw that guy again. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit of film just to kind of remind you of what I was reminded of on film. Because you guys tell me, did you see this guy for the rest of the season after that Washington game? I mean, I wanted to put his face on a milk carton and see if anyone could find him.
Eagles not able to get much push and move the ball. They've done it with.
All right. Where I wanted your attention to go, guys, is the bottom of the screen, right? So the boundary side, bottom of the screen, offensive left. If you look there, what you have is a one-on-one situation between Josh Norman and Alshon Jeffrey. Josh Norman comes up in a man coverage bail concept. So he's in a man bail concept. All right. Watch how great Alshon Jeffrey is at that break and gets open and gets right to the sticks. This is the Alshon Jeffrey I didn't see for the rest of the year. And this is the only example of him showing that little bit of burst. I mean, he's never been a speed guy, but he's always been pretty good in and out of his breaks. He's always been able to use his body to shoulder and to get catches. And like I said, man, I almost thought about putting this man on a milk carton because I thought an imposter was in his body after this game.
Without Jonathan Allen. Here's Wentz on the fake. Throwing complete. Alshon Jeffrey.
The timing and the rhythm between basically Carson Wentz and Alshon Jeffrey on what is clearly a timing route. That's an up-tempo timing route. Just the explosiveness, my bad, guys, of Alshon Jeffrey getting in and out of that break and getting to the sticks. Like, that's the Alshon that I was hoping to see throughout the course of the season, paired alongside with a Deshaun Jackson. Because I got to be honest with you, if we can't make this marriage work between Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, and get us a couple of young guys in the draft to go along with the Greg Ward Jr., because look, Jackson and Alshon are likely not here no matter what past 2020. 2021, both of their contracts switch over to where the Eagles will actually save money by letting those guys go. To me, that's a clear indication the Eagles never intended to keep these two guys past 2020 without renegotiating their contracts. So it is what it is in that particular instance. But I just want to stay on this point before we start moving on to other points about what Alshon Jeffrey brings to this offense when he's healthy, when he's being Alshon Jeffrey, because that's the guy we need. And if we can't get that guy, then difficult decisions do need to be made.
Blitz coming.
Once again, where I'm trying to get your eyes to go this time is boundary side. This time the boundary is on the right-hand side, offensive right. You'll see Alshon Jeffrey, once again, one-on-one in a man. It's kind of press, but not really. He's not really pressing him, but in a man coverage situation against Josh Norman. It's just a simple one-on-one who can be who. Man, I wish we had this Alshon Jeffrey throughout the entire course of the season because I just feel like we would have been a much different team.
Picked up. Wentz throws far side. Got a completion. It's Jeff.
Once again, guys, this is an up-tempo, timing and rhythm pass from Carson Wentz to Alshon Jeffrey, demonstrating that chemistry between those two. You got this trusted receiver who was absolutely great out of that break. I mean, he got real separation on that break, coming back on that. Basically, was kind of like a hitch route almost. Gets the ball and then does what Alshon does, which when he's healthy, he's a very good yards after catch receiver. And he muscles his way into that first down. To me, this is the X receiver the Eagles are missing. Now, I really hope that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was going to be that. Maybe he will down the road. It wasn't this season. And I'm not confident with what we saw from J.J. Arcega-Whiteside to end this season, it'll be next season either. I don't know. Dude's got a chance. But I am a little cautious with feeling that way. Rob Davis. I like Rob Davis. I think Rob Davis offers a little bit. I think Rob Davis, when he gets vertical, can probably mirror the abilities of Alshon. He's probably not quite as good as going up and getting the ball over someone, but he's got better speed. He's a better speed guy than Alshon is. So he can get a little more separation by just pure physical ability with his feet, and he can go up and high point the ball like Alshon can. So in those parts, I do think a guy like Rob Davis does give you some of that ability. But you can see, I mean, the guy that was playing in Washington was just different. He was a different dude compared to what we got throughout the rest of the season. These injuries really hindered us. Now, the real question is, guys, is where do we go from here? Where do we go from here with this contract? when you look at these NFL contracts, they're really, really tricky to figure out. The NFL is not very transparent on how these damn guaranteed monies and all, like how all this stuff works out. So on this topic of transparency, guys, I really just want to break down like what I thought I knew about Alshon Jeffrey's contract, and then I want to break down what Over the Cap did, the research they dug into his contract. Because, guys, I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to show you the hard numbers on his contract first, and I'll flip to the article that they wrote. Or it's not really an article, the little footnote they wrote. But it's really difficult to look at these guys' contracts. Like, there's all kinds of weird clauses and crap in them. Like, no matter what you think you know, you really don't know. And I'm going to jump into that now for you guys. All right, so let's jump to that. All right, guys, this is Alshon Jeffrey's contract. So we're already down to 2019 year. Let's go to 2020. It's going to be 30 years old, guys. So we already got that 30-year-old threshold. We got to keep that in mind. The base salary he has for 2020 and 2021 is 9.91 mil and 12.75 mil. If you add those together, it's 22.66 mil. That base salary you're going to pay. It's his base salary. You can write that off in a trade, though, but we're going to get to all that. The signing bonus. Incentives now, guys. 1.25 for 2020, 1.25 for 2021. Add those together, it's 2.5 million. So his option is 1.725 for 2020, 1.725 for 2021. It's $3.45 million. His workout bonus is 250,000 and 250,000. It's 500,000 total. His restructure is 2,561,500 bucks. $2,561,500, both for 2020 and 2021. Add those two figures together, and you come out with $5,123,000. His cap hit. So his cap hit is basically that base salary with all these incentives comes to 5.96. I'm sorry, 15. My bad, guys. $15,696,500. Now, if you were to trade that, the teams don't take that full $15 million. They only really have to pay out this base salary figure. They're not entitled to the incentives you made with this guy. That's all on you. Now, the dead money, that dead cap, the dead money, this is what really hurts, guys. It's $26,106,000. No way to get out of that, guys. You can't trade that away. You can't release or cut that away. That is what protects his roster. No matter what we do, we're eating this money. But now let's have a deeper conversation, because this doesn't really give us the particulars of what we'd have to pay if we trade or release Alshon. And I'm going to get into that for you. So this is my reading of this financial situation. And I'm going to pop it all up on the screen in a second. Minus me knowing anything that Over the Cap found out about Alshon Jeffrey's contract. Because I didn't realize there was some weird crap with how much of his base salary was guaranteed, how much of his signing bonus was guaranteed. There is a lot of string holes here, guys. But this is how I read it at first. All right. His dead cap, 26.106. Okay, your dead cap, you can't trade that. You can't cut it. Like, that guarantees your roster space, right? Now, they had a signing bonus of 2.5 million. So if you trade your contract or you release it, you still owe what you owe in the contract. You have to pay them out their signing bonuses. Their workout bonus, which was 500,000, and their restructuring, which was 5.123 million. So when you added all those figures together, the 26.106, the 2.5 million signing bonus, the workout bonus of 500,000, and the restructuring of 5.123 million, that came out to $34,229,000. Now, the way I thought this contract worked, guys, was if you took the inverse of this, so now you would just look at, okay, what things are not guaranteed in the contract? Like, that's a bad way of looking at it. It's not what's not guaranteed, but what in this contract is transferable to another team if you trade Alshon Jeffrey. So what can you get away with, or, what's transferable and what don't you have to pay if he's not on your roster anymore? So two things to me that stood out. The base salary, which was 9.910 and 12.750. So the team would incur that base salary because they're trading for his contract. So they would have to pick up that 22.66 million. And then the other aspect that's, something the Eagles wouldn't have to worry about, we wouldn't have to pay, is the option, which the option was 1.725 million paid over 2 years, which came out to be in total $3.45 million. So obviously we'd be able to take that total amount, which was like 26.11 million, and apply that to the $0.229 million, and then subtract one from the other, and you basically got stuck with $8,119,000 that, if you put a June 1st designation on, could be separated over 2 years. That's the way I understood the way that these contracts worked. That's why I told you in the beginning, guys, these contracts are not transparent. This crap is ridiculous to sift through. Now let me show you what I found out from the articles that I read. Okay, guys, I want you to go where it says contract notes. Okay, so look where I'm highlighting. All right. Underneath that, it tells you Alshon Jeffrey signed a 4-year, $52.25 million contract, assuming that was an extension with the Eagles, on December 2nd, 2017. Jeffrey received a $14.5 million and received $14.5 million in full guarantees upon signing, and $27.25 million in total guarantees. This is how the guarantees are made up. $6.25 million signing bonus, so $6.25 million signing bonus, $6.5 million option bonus, and $250,000 workout bonuses. Jeffrey's 2018 salary, so his 2018 base salary is guaranteed. Okay, he's fully guaranteed. And Jeffrey's $11.75 million 2019 salary and $1 million of his 2020 salary are guaranteed for injury. Okay? The 2019 salary will become fully guaranteed on the day of the 2018 league year, while $1 million vests on the third day of 2019. All that's already happened, guys. Another $3 million incentives are available. So incentives don't really matter in this particular situation, what they're referring to. The extension adds $1.35 million to Jeffrey's 2017 salary cap number. Now I want to show you guys something else before I jump off of here. I want to show you another model, okay? I'm going to take this, drag this. Sorry. All right. So this is Over the Caps calculator. So if you guys want to do this and play around with things, it's not that hard to do. All you got to do is go to overthecap.com/ well, I guess it's /calculator/ Philadelphia Tack Eagles /, okay? So let's take a look at the estimated Philadelphia Eagles salary cap room. So in 2020, total liabilities are $178,427,663. The projected salary cap is $223,197,714. That's a total cap space of $44,770,000. So what would happen, according to this calculator, if we came down here and traded Alshon Jeffrey? So let's go to, you can cut them, trade them, restructure them, or extend them. So if you hit trade, hit submit, okay, where we were once on the books for $15 million, we're on the books now for $16 million from what's left over from that projected dead money, I guess, from all the other initial contract stuff. So in the end, it's a $1 million difference, they're saying. $43,435,551. $1 million if you trade them. If you guys want me to undo that real quick, I'll do one more thing while I'm on here. It does take this thing a second to catch up, guys. I apologize. All right. So let's go take a look what happens if we cut him. So if Alshon Jeffrey is cut, what happens? It'll take it a second, guys. I do apologize. All right. Now instead of being $15 million, it's $26,100,000. It's that full dead money. What does that do to the salary cap? Now we went from $44 million to $33 million. It cost us over $11 million in cap space if we do that. That's a big difference. That's a problem. All right, ladies and gents. Now you know the full money details here. From the way I analyzed it originally to what Over the Cap is saying about the money situation, the decision to cut Alshon Jeffrey. It takes a big toll on our available salary cap. The decision to trade Alshon Jeffrey. Not an easy thing to do. You got to find a willing partner that's going to take a guy that's already injured. And you're not negotiating from, an area of strength. They know what's going on. They know what's up. They've heard these reports. They're watching this stuff. They know damn right well that you're in a money crunch with this kid. Now, there's an article up on NewJersey.com and Zach Rosenblatt where he suggests trading Alshon and giving teams draft picks. I ain't down with that. That's a negative for me. I would trade Alshon and accept a lower grade draft pick for him. Normally you'd probably want, he's 30. I'd say you'd want a mid rounder for Alshon, third or fourth rounder. I'd probably, given the money circumstances, I'd probably take a couple of low rounders. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I probably would take a couple of low rounders for Alshon right now. So, we're at this situation. Stay or go. Tell me your opinion, guys. This decision ain't easy. You let me know what you think. He's our best X receiver. I still think this kid has football life left in him. With that said, look, the organization said it wanted to get younger. He is 30. It's just hard to say, guys. It's really hard to say. All right, y'all. I'm about to peace up out here. Y'all know what time it is. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And oh, yeah. What do we do again? We go. EAPLES. Guys, talk to me. Tell me your opinions here. I gave you all the financial details here. Tell me your thoughts.